This is Kelly Hill, technology reporter for RCR Wireless News. I'm here today with Dave George, who's president of Pryme, and we're going to talk a little bit about the impact that of having a simultaneous LMR and LTE capabilities in public safety. LTE is starting to emerge, whether that's on commercial networks for now and FirstNet coming down the line. And Dave, I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about what that means in terms of some of the accessories that people need. They need stuff that works, potentially on both two-way and LTE.
Yeah, absolutely. And then being an accessory manufacturer and many years' experience, we're seeing more and more demand for the same types of accessories meeting the same kind of functionality that originally were wired to the radios. Mm-hmm. Now becoming wireless, still now operating wirelessly to those same radios, but also now transitioning to operating wirelessly to smart devices like cell phones and tablets.
So that usually means Bluetooth?
Yes. Right now the technology of choice for the wireless connection is the Bluetooth. It's widely accepted, easy to implement, and very versatile. And so we make a lot of products now that are use the Bluetooth technology to take the place of the traditional products like speaker microphones and headsets and motorcycle kits and lapel microphones and things like that. And we also have added to that for the cell phone apps push-to-talk buttons, because push-to-talk is a unique function of the cell phone apps. And they need a way to implement that PTT command without having to pull the phone out of its case and touch the screen of the phone. And because the Bluetooth technology does not have designed into it a command for PTT, we've had to create a lot of different types of PTT products that can interface to lots of different kinds of software applications that are currently popular in the marketplace. In addition to that, the PTT devices have had to be form-factored for their particular application. Sometimes, for example, police, especially undercover operations, they want something that's very small and discreet that they can kind of keep hidden in their pocket and stuff. For other people who are maybe in the field for long periods of time, they need larger devices that have extremely long battery life and have the versatility of being charged anywhere with any standard USB charger. So we're constantly evolving these products as the market itself is growing, I think, exponentially.
And where do you see LTE and LMR headed in terms of convergence? I mean, you guys seem to be a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of you're already figuring out these problems, addressing these things where you need to have both LMR and LTE capability or connectivity. What's your sense of convergence? We're hearing a lot about that kind of being talked about at the show this week.
Yeah, well, I've seen this coming for quite a while. I mean, it's really a question of the network, and the LTE, we use the terminology LTE, but we're really just talking about the cellular network. And there's always evolving technology. I understand right now we're even working on 5G technology. So,
yes.
And there'll be 6G and 10G and 20G or whatever after that. But ultimately, it's really about the network. Okay, so you have different kinds of networks. You have the traditional radio network, which tends to be more geographically centric. And then you have things like the cellular or LTE networks that can be global. And so the integration of those two types of network topography can give you a great variety of communication options. So not only, for example, could you have a traditional radio network, using whatever the latest technology that you want to use for your own city or county or area, but you also can use the push-to-talk apps over LTE or a cell phone network to communicate way outside of your network. You could call your headquarters in New York from your office in Los Angeles, and at the same time use the local radio network just to talk to your officers in the Los Angeles area. So I think the two technologies are merging together. And there's just various devices that are coming online now that just make that easier for the end user. There's dedicated LTE devices like cell phones, with apps on them to make them look like two-way radios.
Absolutely.
And there's two-way radios going to be probably coming down the line that have LTE built into them, so they look like a two-way radio, but they'll work on LTE. So I think the whole thing is just merging together, but it's strictly driven, in my opinion, by the need for the network.
Great. Well, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah.